that feeling you get when you walk into a store and the layout or the color of a jacket or even the texture of the floor just makes you feel something? Well, that's no accident. Today, we're going to dive into how design has become the new language for brands. It's this powerful, silent dialogue that's happening all around us. So let's just ask it straight up. Why does shopping feel so different these days? It's not just about buying stuff anymore, is it? Something fundamental has shifted in how we connect with the brands we love. And this breakdown really says it all. We've gone from this old school model that was just about a transaction to something new that's all about the experience. Brands get it now. They're not just selling you a product, they're selling a story, a feeling, an identity, especially to a whole generation that wants so much more than just a simple purchase. Okay, but to understand the why behind all this, we've got to zoom out. We're living in what experts are calling a policrisis, which is basically a fancy way of saying there's not just one global challenge, but a whole complex mess of them happening at once. And all that uncertainty, well, it's changing what we're looking for. We're searching for real connection, for authenticity, for experiences that actually mean something. So, how are brands responding? What are they doing to give us that connection we're craving? Well, that brings us to our first big idea, thinking of the store as an experience. Physical spaces aren't just shops anymore. They're being transformed into these captivating stages. Yeah, just think about that. It's not a shop, it's a theater. The whole goal is to create this immersive personal experience that makes the store a destination, a place you actually want to go back to, not just a place you feel like you have to go to, you know? I mean, check this out. What John Lewis is doing here is a perfect example. This isn't just a department store anymore, it's a social hub. They drop this beautiful cafe right in the middle of the shopping floor, completely changing the feel of the space. It's not just a place to buy things, it's a place to meet up, to hang out, to spend your afternoon. They literally turned a chore into an outing. Or take a look at this next-gen Sports Direct store. Just notice the details, the flooring, the lighting, the way it's all laid out. They've used every element of the design to build a specific urban vibe that speaks directly to their audience. It's more than a store, it's a carefully crafted environment that's basically saying, hey, we get you. This is our world and it's your world too. Okay, so a cool vibe is one thing, but it's gotta feel real, right? It has to feel authentic. And that's what we're gonna dig into next, how brands are building these deep emotional connections by speaking through the very materials they choose. But that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do you take a big idea like authenticity and build it? How do you turn your brand's values into actual walls and floors that people can walk on and feel? Well, for that, let's take a look at Schoenenzaken. It's a men's shoe store over in the Netherlands. Their entire brand is built on two things: incredible quality and really personal one-on-one attention. So their challenge was huge. Make the inside of the store feel like that vision. And I just love this quote from the owner, Joel Timmerman. He said, "The floor on which they stand becomes the frame around the work of art that are the shoes." Wow. I mean, just think about that. The floor isn't just a floor, it's the frame. It shows he understands that every single detail is a critical piece of the story he's trying to tell. And this is exactly how they did it. They didn't just grab any old wood flooring. No way. They chose this very specific Hungarian point herringbone pattern. It's so elegant. It feels classic, but also super modern and sophisticated. And that is the frame he was talking about. It elevates the shoes and screams quality and craftsmanship before a salesperson even says a word. All right, so we've gone from the big picture, the whole store experience, down to the specific materials. Now we're going to zoom in even tighter, like laser focus on one of the most powerful and immediate choices a brand can make, a single color. And that color is neon. You've been seeing it everywhere, right? That little flash, that jolt of electric color in a space that's otherwise pretty calm. Well, trust me, that is not a random choice. It's a sign of a massive cultural comeback, and it has a really deep story. This comeback actually has a name, crisis neon. It's the idea that these super bright fluorescent colors, the ones we've always associated with safety vests and emergency crews, have suddenly gone mainstream. And why? Because we've been seeing them so much during global crises on the news that they've soaked up this powerful new meaning. The journey of neon is just wild. It had its golden age back in the 80s as the symbol of pop rebellion. Then, bam, in 2018, it reemerges as a color of protest. A year later, a show like Euphoria makes it the look for Gen Z. And now, it's a full-blown statement color on high-fashion runways. It's gone from purely functional to this incredibly complex cultural symbol.
But here's the thing, neon's popularity isn't just about a color. It's tapping into this fascinating place where our physical and digital worlds are smashing together, what people are calling phygital. It's this weird, cool space where high-tech stuff like AI collides with our very human sense of nostalgia.
So let's break it down. Why neon and why right now? Well, it's doing a lot of things at once. It's a huge expressive outlet for Gen Z. It's a direct commentary on our turbulent world. It's totally influenced by those strange and beautiful aesthetics of AI art. And somehow, it manages to feel both nostalgic and completely futuristic. But really, at the end of the day, it's just a symbol of bold confidence, a visual glow-up. So when we pull all of these threads together, a really clear story emerges. It starts with a need. Consumers want experiences and emotional connection. In response, brands create these authentic, theatrical stages. On that stage, the message is sent through every single detail. And that brings us to the big idea. The most successful brands are using design to have a direct dialogue with you. In today's world, every design choice, the lighting, the materials, the colors, is part of that conversation. And when it all works together, when you get a space like this where every element is telling the same story, it's not just selling a product anymore, it's telling a compelling story. The design is the message. So, I'll leave you with this question. The next time you walk into a store, just look a little closer. If every single design choice is a message, what story is your favorite brand telling you?